Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Legendary Founding Titan, and let's talk about durability in God of War. So, obviously, God of War has a bunch of, stats, being, strength, luck, cooldown, vitality, and defense. And although, vitality and defense is how you would build for durability and to make a tank build, so to speak, which one is actually better over the other? To answer that, I mean, honestly, I really can't tell. I've been doing as best as I can for testing. I want to say defense, but at the same time, I feel like defense has a limit, like not like a cap, but it feels like after a certain point, it's nowhere near as useful, if that makes sense. Um, you can see here that I am actually kind of testing it a little bit. Um, I I did try to do it on a smaller scale, like only changing a couple cards. Because I in this video I'm kind of doing like a full build of defense, vitality, and whatnot. Um, versus each other sort of deal. But I did try to go with a gradual flow between the two, and I just couldn't really tell the difference, to be honest. So in order for me to actually tell the difference, this is kind of what I had to do. I had to go for like full builds. The build that you're witnessing right now is a balanced build between vitality and defense. Um, and as you can tell, like I mean, I didn't count how many times I got hit here. I mean, I'm not doing that. It was already a pain to like get all my builds to where they were in this video. But this is my defense build, so you saw how many hits I got, how many hits I took on my balanced build. My defense build, as you can see, I had 104 vitality and 730 defense. I've been really trying to test it. I feel like you can tell like how much damage I'm taking already. Like I take so much damage despite having all that defense. I feel like this was definitely the fastest I died in the three. It's like I do think defense is more useful than health, but not if you fully dedicate the defense. It's weird. Defense kind of has like a weird, like I said, it has like an invisible cap or something with like I don't want to say cap, but it's like I don't know. It feels like it's much less useful at a certain point, or you just have to have a certain amount of health with it, kind of deal. Um, Now, granted, my vitality build does have a lot of defense with it as well, just because the armor set that has a lot of vitality also gets, also has defense on it, basically. Um, but the defense, the defense and health stats that I had for my defense build actually do add up, or at least relatively are close to the numbers of my full health build. So you would think like all that 730 health, or sorry, 730 defense would be a lot more durable, but it just wasn't. Um, Now, if you're wondering why I'm not taking damage here, I am actually taking damage, but um, your health bar actually doesn't show that because the health bar that you're witnessing right now is 400 health. Like that's the most that the game will actually show you. So if you have more than 400 health and you get hit and you wonder why your health didn't go down, it's because your health actually visibly will not go down until it goes below 400 health. And in this build, I have like 530 health or something like that. I think it's like 530, 560. But yeah, you can tell that this build does a little bit better. But overall, I would say to you that if I'm going to be going with any build or any particular stat between health and defense, I honestly would recommend just going both. Really, like I mean, I guess that should be obvious, maybe, but like I know people like to try and prioritize one thing over the other, but I feel like for the defense and vitality build, I feel like I don't know. I do feel like that you need to prioritize both. To be honest, I will say I do prefer health more than defense, simply because of um I prefer health over defense mainly because you can't like regenerate defense. Like you can't. There's no way of healing that, right? It's just reducing damage. So I like health more only because you can heal it back, sort of deal. And since my build in particular has a lot of ways of healing, that's very good for me. But I would say that between defense and vitality, I don't know. I it's really tough to say. I do think defense helps. I will say this. I think defense does help a lot more against heavier hitting attacks like trolls and stuff like that. I do think it does help a lot against that. But I feel like overall, I feel like fatality I just value a little bit more. Um, simply just because, like I said, you could just heal it back. You can, and then with my build, I have a lot of ways of healing. So, I'm gonna be showing you build my my build now, and I'll be talking about uh, some of the best armors you could get because I've been upgrading a lot of the armor. I haven't upgraded every armor yet, but I've upgraded a lot of. I think most of the what I would consider full tank builds. So we can kind of discuss that today and kind of narrow down which is like the best tank set and which is like not that great. Like in my opinion and experience, to be honest. So this is more of an opinion and experience overall, basically, rather than fact. Maybe defense works better for some people. I don't know, but defense for me, like I said, prioritize both. I do not think defense or vitality on their own is really that great. I feel like they kind of I don't know. It feels like if you go too far into vitality or too far in defense, you just get railed. I don't I don't know why this is. It feels like you have to fluctuate the two kind of nearly perfectly to make it a very good tank build in my experience. So, what does that look like? Well, I'll kind of show you here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here is what my build looks like. So, I got. I did say I value health more than defense, but I do have more defense only because the cards I have kind of just go like they just have a lot of defense on them, and I'll kind of show you what all that looks like in a minute. But let's just get right into it. So for starters, I just want to talk about like the weapons first. So for my Leviathan axe, since I'm going full tank build, I don't rely on doing a high amount of damage, so I go for stuff like giant, like basically AOE attacks. This isn't the best one, Charge of the White Bear, but I do really like this attack just because I just charge it to the enemy because I am a close quarter brawler, so anything that gives me a way to get me closer to someone is just very good. Blessing of the Frost. I don't normally use this, but I've been actually kind of liking it quite a bit lately. Although my normal one that I would use is the Frost Giant's Frenzy. I find it just very fun to use, as again, I am just a close quarter brawler with, I mean, the amount of health and defense I have just allow me to easily do that. Uh, I also do like the Breath of the Falmer. I kind of switch between these three quite often. I typically use this when I'm grinding on Niflheim, just because I don't have to use like stuns typically for Niflheim because I'm just so gosh darn tanky. But um, Yeah, so I do use the Mistborn. I got rid of all my axe pommels, just because um, the Mistborn was just so good. I didn't really care about the other ones. It was just so good. It gives me all the greatest perks for a tank, which is strength, defense, and vitality. On top of that, it gives me a way to regenerate health just by hitting someone. What's greater than that? I don't know. You also can increase your runic. Well, yeah, it increases your runic as well. But if you when you hit people, uh, I also have that for the blades. It's kind of similar. The Blight Guard. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Isn't it like the same looking one? It's named different, but it's like the same looking handles. And it basically does the same thing: strength, defense, vitality. Well, actually, it doesn't heal you, but it weakens the enemy. But I do have this ability, which is Gifted Apollo, and that is what I love to use. I use my blades more as a utility-based option for crowd control, because the blades are just very good for sweeping up a bunch of enemies. I use the Cyclone of Chaos, is because I mean, as the picture shows here, video, the AoE is just absolutely fantastic. It goes very well with the Gift of Apollo, because if you activate this, then use these, you can hit everyone in that range, and you can heal a tremendous amount of health very, very quickly. And that's what I typically do when I'm in crowds. I use the blades to rapidly heal myself. I can heal up to like, if I'm in a crowd of enemies, I could probably heal half my health within that time frame. Because I also have a bunch of cards that increase said duration of Gift of Apollo. I have, because you can make your red cards can actually go hand to hand with your, like, one of the skills you can pick up, like runics. And I chose basically all my red ones go well with Gift of Apollo. If they don't go with that, they go with my frost attacks. So, yeah. I'm still kind of working on this build, but I'll show you anyway. It's pretty much like 90% done. I'm only kind of like tinkering at the moment. So I'm still trying to figure out if I want to keep these gauntlets. All my pieces are different, and I'll explain why that is in a minute. The breastplate of the Traveler, I'm basically staying with this piece. This piece is just too freaking good as a tank. It gives you the most defense and vitality put together. It doesn't give you much strength, but you also regenerate a protective barrier that can absorb a single attack, which I also have another card that kind of procs that as well. So I could basically get hit twice to prevent, 2 attacks, basically. I think that's how it works anyway. I'm not really too sure on that, but I feel like it has worked like that. I don't know. But I have these 2 vitality, vitality mods that increase my Gift of Apollo and my runic attack damage for my frost. My third one is also Gift of Apollo, but it gives me a little bit of defense on the side there, giving me 20 more health as well. And then we have the Gauntlets of the Valkyrie. Now this one I'm still debating on. I think it's pretty good, just because I can refresh. If I kill people on a runic attack, I can actually refresh my runic cooldowns, which is really good for, well, being able to reset the Gift of Apollo. If I can reset that, I can heal again, basically. And I've been kind of liking it so far with the Valkyrie. But the thing I was using before was the, I can't pronounce crap. But these gauntlets, the Invalides gauntlets of the Endless Mist. I probably butchered the hell out of that, but whatever. But the reason is because it gives you a constant health regeneration boost, stacks up to 5 times. Just really good for keeping you healed. I like tanks that can heal, because honestly, if you can't heal as a tank, you're kind of not tanking at all, in my opinion. Like you're not being a true tank in my opinion. If you can't find a way to heal, it just don't. I wouldn't even really bother with tanks because like in any game, not just God of War. Um, this is how I am because you just need to be a self-sustaining tank in my opinion. But to go and so for my enchantments here, I have a lot of good ones here. So I have the Tear Shard, which gives you 8 of everything and 15 luck. So it gives me more yummy yums. Hack silver. Gotta get that. I have that. I mean, I do have 1.3 mil, but that's gonna be gone very quickly, as I'm trying to get every single armor piece in the entire game. As you can tell, I've already collected all the green armors. I've already collected all the blue ones. I'm getting damn close to getting all the red ones, but I'm still working on it. Anyway, so yeah, we have. Here we go. Yeah, Tear Shard, and then we have the Heart of the Valkyrie, which gives us runic, defense, vitality, and cooldown, and protection of the Valkyrie, which has a chance of, on any successful weapon hit, to grant protection of the Valkyrie, gaining 50% resistance to all status effects, and possibly being staggered by the enemy attacks, which the last part isn't really that important, only because we have so much vitality, and that vitality does that on its own anyway. So, and the last one, we have the Evades Corrupted Mind, which is nearby enemies within 15 meters are weakened, so I, weaken the enemy. I have, it also gives me a defense, vitality, runic, and a bit of strength, which we desperately need, honestly. Well, I mean, in comparison to everything else, I guess, defense and vitality, we don't do a lot of damage. So to speak. We still hit pretty damn hard, but nowhere near as hard as someone that has like 600 strength, for instance. And then we have the the Muspelheim's war belt here. The Muspelheim? Why did I say Muspelheim? No, Nilfheim's armor, basically. Evadil's war belt, and we have. I mean, it just gives us health regeneration. I just got it for health regeneration. It gives us a little bit more strength. This isn't the tankiest set you could go for, but like I said, I do prefer a tank that can heal, and that's what I kind of went for. And I just have a shit ton of defense on this. All these are just defense, and they all increase the duration of Apollo. Really, really good. And then I have, of course, the best talisman in the game, in my opinion, which is the talisman of the concentrated vitality. And the reason I think it is the best in the game, it is because you could have 3 sockets on it. I have not found another talisman that has been able to do that. Other talismans do have better actives, but I prefer passive builds overall, rather than having to rely on either runics or, the talisman to help me in a fight. I prefer just being passively powerful, but, just having the edge with Gift of Apollo and the talisman is kind of nice to be able to heal from them. But still being passively strong enough to hold myself in a fight for quite a long time. But yeah, it gives me defense, gives me vitality. I can use it for a burst of health. And then I have the perfect mark of the Ancients, which gives me 85% resistance to frost, burn, and poison attacks. Very good. Very good. And I also have this, which allows me to protect myself from a single attack. Very good. Gives me strength, defense, and vitality. And then, of course, I had the perfect mark of Tear, which gives me, of course, another 8 of everything, 15 luck, and grants me a chance to give myself strength, defense, and runic when damage is taken. Actually, that's when damage is taken, so that definitely helps me in my tank, in my tank state, I do. It makes me really good for that. And then for boys, runic attack, I just use the wolves. Um, you could, I mean, if you really want to, I suppose you could use the bitter squirrel, which gives you more consumables. I I never really found it that useful. I don't know. I never really found it that useful, and I just don't really like it that much because of how long the cooldown is for it. It's kind of ridiculous. Um, yeah, I definitely think the Wrath of the Wolf is like probably my favorite. Either that or the Boar Stampede. Um, I think the Wrath of the Wolf is just better, just because it does way more damage than the Boars. The Boars do stun a crap ton, but the wolves do quite a bit of damage. They stun almost the same as the boars. I don't know. I feel like the Wrath of the Wolf is basically just a better version of the boar stampede. To be honest, that's just my opinion, though. I do like the Storm of Elks as well, just because it's really nice for doing a lot of damage to those bigger enemies. But outside of that, I will not use anything else really besides the wolf and the elk. Really, that's the only two I really use. And then that's about everything. That's basically my build. Like I said, I don't usually use the Valkyrie. I've been kind of just testing with it. Normally, I would just throw this on, or I would use this, as it gives me the most defense and vitality, rather than giving me more strength. But I use this for the health regen. I kind of just switch between these three. I sometimes equip this one just to get my rage meter up faster. I kind of switch the gauntlets around quite a bit, just determining on the situation if I actually need to change them or not for specific realms. Like if I'm going to Niflheim, I'll switch to that. But the chest plate and the pants, I rarely change. Especially the chest. I don't ever change a chest, really. Now, to discuss, like, between all these sets, like, which one I do believe is, like, the best tank and which one's the worst at tanking, I think this is probably, like, one of the worst at tanking right here. The Fallen Ash, despite it having so much defense, I mean, it just doesn't have any health, and it has no, like, good buffs to it. Like, it doesn't have, like, a barrier, a protective barrier. It doesn't have a way to heal. It doesn't have cooldowns. It just gives you a way to deal damage to nearby enemies, and I don't think it's even that much. It's very slim amount. It's cool. Well, actually, it's pretty hot, you know, because it spoots out fire. But, I don't know. I never really found that much of a use for it, which is a shame, because it is really fucking cool looking. But, whatever. No big deal. I do find that one to be the worst, to be honest. The next, I think that one's not really a tank. That one's more for, like, cooldown and runic builds. I haven't upgraded that one yet, but I want to. That build, Sindri's Dwarven Armor is going to be really fun to build for runics and cooldowns, I will say. I think I'm going to really enjoy that playstyle once I get it upgraded. The Valkyrie Armor, honestly, like, probably one of the best tank builds or sets. I think it just gives you a very good amount of everything. Gives you great cooldown, which, I mean, for my case specifically, I could use the Gift of Apollo way more often because of the Valkyrie set. I feel like the Valkyrie set would really help me out with, well, just runics. Being able to spam those runics a lot faster, giving me more stuns on the field, giving me more healing on the field. Just a lot of extra stuff you could really do with the Valkyrie set, as it just gives you quite a bit of good stuff. Um, I'm pretty sure each piece is quite unique, because this one gives you like an unstoppable aura. This one gives you the runic attack. Like if you kill someone, you get a refresher on your. You have a chance to get a refresher on your runics, and this one gives a high activation chance, or well, it gives you an activation chance to bless runics when you using a runic attack. So you can boost your runic. You have a chance to boost your runic attacks. So it's really good for just spamming the shit out of your stuff. Does it have more cooldown than Sindri's? Well, I can't really tell yet. I don't think it might not. It shouldn't. I wouldn't think so. I feel like the Valkyrie set is just a very well balanced suit. Like it gives you good durability, it gives you great damage, decent damage, and good cooldown, whereas Sindri's gives you just a crap ton of runic and cooldown and just decent defense. So it does give you more luck too, so you can get more money. You need a lot of money in late game, let me tell you. Hot fucking damn. I can't even tell you how many millions of hack silver I had to grind just to get all these armor sets. Which, of course, the normal player wouldn't be this insane to grab all this, but you know, I'm a collector for great shit. So, yeah, I I think. Let's see. So, yeah, Valkyrie set's like one of my favorites. I did not like the Ares set. I thought I liked that a lot more. The thing is, it's like you use like it's kind of a cool concept to be able to like constantly going back into rage, but it's terrible execution because like I kid you not, I probably hit someone like 5 times and I ran out of rage. It's like, bro, what? Like it recharges fast as hell, but it also gets drained like instantly. It's insane. I don't care for this set much at all because of that now. It's really disappointing. I was really hoping to like it a lot more, but I don't like it that much. This is just a luck set. That's not really like I was using this to get myself a lot of hack silver because I needed a shit ton after my playthrough. It's not that great of a tank build item. It's your get me rich item, basically. This item is also not that great for tank builds. I mean, it definitely can be. I see this item more as a hybrid. I see it more as a hybrid item. I think it's more if you want to if you want to have half strength and defense. I think this set, the Ancient's armor is really good for just hybrid items or hybrid builds between strength and defense. I think you could do some great shit with this set of armor. It looks pretty cool too. I like this armor quite a bit. I have only used it a couple times to kill a certain Valkyrie, but because I wanted to just obliterate them with a massive amount of strength, and I did that. It was fun. I love killing Valkyries very quickly. So Brock's Royal Dwarven Armor. This one's actually... I would say this one's also one of my favorites as well. Like, I don't like it more than Valkyries, but I do love that passive. Increases the... It feels like... honestly, Brock's Royal Dwarven Armor is literally just better Ares armor. I mean, literally, it does everything that Ares does, but better. Like, literally. The only thing that's different is that it doesn't have cooldown. But, like, strength and defense is higher, and the rage meter is a lot better on this. Because you don't have to... You don't lose your second meter of rage like you do with Ares. You can just increase your rage with 30% with this armor. You have a shit ton of luck. You have a great defense and strength. You're a very good hybrid build as well with this. I would say it's a little bit more on the tank side, but it's really good though. I definitely like that set of armor as well. I definitely don't think it's tank worthy, like compared to the Valkyrie and this armor, but it's definitely good. It's definitely good. But overall, I do think this is probably the best like armor in the game, the Traveler. It literally just gives you everything. Like it just gives you 100 defense, it gives you 100 health. Like anything that gives you 100, like the Valkyrie, 100 defense, only 25 health. This thing, 155 defense and 0 health. This this is close. This is damn close. The the endless mist of Ividar's. I can't pronounce that fucking name. Hot damn. I'll call it Valdi, I guess. Uh, but it gives you roughly the same stats, and it just gives you health regeneration. Honestly, this and the Traveler are like the two best armors in the game. I would say if you want, uh, like if you wanted the most durable set in the game, it would be probably, I would say probably yeah the Chestplate Traveler, and then I would probably go with yeah these gauntlets here, and honestly probably shit I probably would just go with the yeah this one right here. Um, I think that would probably be the best in the game, just because you can. I mean, you can just heal fast as hell. You're adaptable to every situation. Um, it's kind of tough to say because these. I mean, there's quite a few good sets here, but I would say that this, really these, uh, yeah, this and the Travelers are definitely like the tankiest in the game. I think overall the Traveler has the highest base stats, but for utility, because of the fact that you can heal, I would probably say that. Actually, the one thing that you could do, you could probably, uh, like, if you want to tank your side of the game, you probably could get away with, oh, I don't know. Like, you could probably do something like this. So, you could, like, let's just see real quick. Here. There we go. We'll grab that. Hold on. Let me just make sure what my stats are. I don't know if it's actually gonna work or not. Let's see, 485. Wait, that's not the right one I had, is it? No, I had Valkyrie. Shit. Damn it. There we go. Okay, I have 485 defense and 378 vitality. So if I really wanted to have the best in the game, I would go these gauntlets. God, I don't even remember what the hell it was for 485, 378. Okay. Yeah, 378 for vitality if it was on the so I just went up in health. And then I was gonna say you could go would you go no. Yeah, the Fallen Ash. Yeah, you could go with that. So I would lose a lot of health, but I would have 526 defense, and I don't really like that though. I feel like I don't know. I feel like defense after 400, it's like not that great. I don't know. like I actually haven't. I looked into it a little bit, like the website of like how it works, but like it only goes so far. It doesn't go to 500 beyond, so I don't know what it's like beyond that. Now you might be asking me if you don't like, for those players that just want to have more strength, runic, and all that stuff, if I have like any suggestions for a stopping point, like if you want to have decent durability and still be able to go for other items, basically. So, like, if you wanted to go for a massive runic attack build, but you still want to be like semi-tanky, I kind of said I kind of can give you an idea of where the stopping point is for you. So, let me just go ahead and tell you right now. So, the way I see it is that you can have. There is 3 measurements basically per vitality and defense. I'll go light, medium, and heavy, right? So if you want to be more lighter and like if you want to commit more to your damage side, but you want to have a decent HP and defense pool, I would say light armor would be around. You could probably get away with stopping at 150 vitality and 200 defense, and you'd still be pretty fine, to be honest. Like 150 vitality and 200 defense. That would be like considered light armor, because like, for instance, if I wanted to, like, let's say if I wanted to go, let's see, runic. I don't really have any runic. Do I have any runic ones? Okay, we'll just go with the Valkyrie, I guess. Right? No, wait. No, let's go with cooldown. Cast the same thing. Damn it. I don't really have any good examples for. Okay, we go try strength. Try strength. So if you want to go like a strength build, we'll go for like the pauldrons, and then let's see. I'm pretty sure you can still get away with quite a bit here. That's not it. I have like 3 different sets of armor here. Oh no, I have 2. Okay. There we go. Sorry. Okay. So, as you can kind of tell, I'll just switch to this real quick. Shit. This armor is nuts! How do I have that much defense on this armor? Holy shit, this armor is nuts, brother. Oh, damn. Yeah, so if you wanted to go like full strength, you could probably just go this armor. And just be okay. Like, you could probably still just go full strength with this armor and be okay. I would probably suggest getting some vitality. Like, I'd probably say... So I said like 150, which if you have this much defense, you could probably get away with like, I don't know, 100. So let's just see, for example. Yeah, like that would be good enough. Like that would be honestly good enough. 96, that'd be perfect. I mean, not that you really need to, but I'm just... It's as a suggestion if you wanted to, you know, if you're looking for an answer for being semi-more tanky while still having a damage build, you could just put 2 items there with the Ancient's armor and you'd be fine, honestly. And I don't even have, like, the best health items you can have. Like, you could probably get away with just 1 and be okay. So, yeah. Let me just grab... That is nuts, though. 346. Holy shit, okay. But, So that's for light. Like light armor, I'd say around. Because most armors have a lot of defense on them anyway, as you can kind of tell. So yeah, about around 200 defense and 150 health would be my recommendation for someone that wanted to go for like a more lighter build. Now medium, if you want to go for like a balanced approach, I would say I would say around like 200 health and 250 defense, which if you, for instance, if you were going to here, let's do this. Just to give it a better example, I suppose. It's not fully leveled up, but we'll get an idea. Where's my Sindri's armor? Okay. Damn. So yeah, you could probably just... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you'd be able to throw like 3 of these on there, and that would be good for you. That would put you at like 200 pretty much, roughly. If you had like, because I could have, I'm not taking it off my other armor, because you know, I don't want to mess up my build. But, yeah, you could put like these 3 items on, and you would have like, because these are really common to get. So you could throw like 3 of those on, and that'll give you like 200 vitality. Now, if you want to go, well, to finish off with that thought, you can basically just have like 1 armor piece with full vitality, and the rest of it would just be yours, basically. You could just mess with strength, cooldown, whatever you needed. Because this isn't really giving us much. I mean, okay, it is giving us 50 health, but we also do have a lot of defense too. So that this amount of defense would make up for that loss of health, honestly. But like a heavy set, like if you want, okay, so for a tank player, right? Now you can, of course, go overkill if you want to, obviously. But if you wanted to ask me if there was a good stopping point, I would say at 350 defense, like, you don't really need much. Like, hell, 300 defense, you don't really need more, honestly. I feel like after 300 defense, it really makes a very small difference. Like, I really can't tell a difference after 300, to be quite honest with you. At least not a significant enough difference for you to skip out on like cooldown and strength. Like I would say going cooldown and strength would probably be better at that point. Honestly, beyond 300, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I just go overkill because I am basically just going for a juggernaut build. But if you wanted to like have good stats all around, I would probably say 300 defense and 300 health would be a good stopping point for you. If you want to be like a heavy-duty tank. Like, just go 300 defense and 300 health, and you can just probably throw everything else in cooldown, and you'll be fine. Now, to give a demonstration on my build, this isn't going to be too hard for me at all, but I'll just let him hit me for a bit. Do I have more than... I'm just trying to give you an example of my healing right now. Okay. How much health am I down? Almost 200. I'll wait for 200. Probably like 3 more hits. Yeah, so I can just activate this. And then... Whoa, 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 whoa. Activate this. And I'm pretty much at full health again. After all that. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much at full health again. I gained like well over 130 health. If there was more tanky enemies, I would have been able to heal a lot more, but those guys are very squishy. But yeah, I know this was pretty long, but I hope this kind of gives you an idea of well, just what you want in the game for like their ability. Uh, I kind of had to go into a lot of detail with certain things. Maybe I didn't have to, but I just wanted to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, I suppose, to give you an idea of what armors I believe are, you know, good, bad, whatever. I do, like I said, I do think the top three armors. If I had to pick a winner, it had to be the Traveler's armor. Traveler's armor just gives way too much health and defense for it to not to be a winner. And then the second best be this armor, the Ivdar's. I can't pronounce it for whatever reason, but it's this armor for the second best. And then the Valkyrie for the third. I think the Valkyrie armor is just really, really strong. Um, this you can also say that this armor is pretty good because of the rage, because you technically don't take damage in rage, so that's also really good. But I'd say the cooldown makes up for it even more than that. So I definitely think the Valkyrie armor is probably the third best armor in the game, which is quite awesome because I do love the Valkyrie armor. I think the Valkyrie armor is probably my favorite armor in the game. Um, Either that or uh, I'd probably say this armor, not that armor. I don't have it. Damn. The Dwarven armor though. The Dwarven armor is definitely one of my favorites as well. It's not this. It's like the full metal plated armor. It looks really dope. I don't have it though. I have Brock's armor, but I don't have the one I'm talking about. Um, yeah, I think Brock's way back down there, so I'm not gonna really bother with it right now. But yeah, so that's what I think the three best armors are. It's the ones I just said, and yeah, I do hope this kind of gave you a little bit of insight of if you wanted to be tanky in the game. Um, maybe this helped you. Maybe it did not. I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget about that subscribe button. Bubba, come on now, give me that subscribe button. You know you want to subscribe to this piece of shit channel. Come on now, Bubba. Subscribe, damn it. I'm fucking not getting subscribers lately. Come on now. You know you want to subscribe. You better subscribe. You better. Alright? Or else I'll get mad. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. And like I said, I do hope that this gave you some education on, um, how to tank in God of War. All right, guys, and I'll actually do a walkthrough or a playthrough with this build, sometime in the future, just to see more of how it handles on the battlefield. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.